Hello everyone! Today I'm here at one of the largest mining construction sites here in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm here to specifically visit and investigate the extraction of cobalt and copper and mining, and also investigate the workers' working conditions and the environmental impact of these mines, as well as the economic values that copper mining has brought to this nation. So let's get right into it.
This mining construction site is able to produce 50,000 tons of copper and 10,000 tons of copper annually, which is the equivalent material to generate 5 million motorcycles.
So after days of visiting at different multiple construction sites here in Democratic Republic of Congo, I was able to gain a very comprehensive understanding of the cobalt mining process. So at first, cobalt mining starts with finding rocks in the ground that contains cobalt and copper. So as we can see, here they got multiple different machines like excavators, trucks that loaded with rocks that contain with cobalt. And after that, after the miners dig up the rocks, those rocks contained with cobalt will be being transported to the production line, which will be going out later. Next, the rocks will then be crushed into smaller pieces, and copper is separated from the rest using specific acid chemicals. After that, the cobalt is cleaned and prepared for export and being shipped to most other different countries in the world, like China and USA. In fact, the Democratic Republic of Congo is the leading producer of cobalt in the world, accounting for over 70% of global cobalt supply annually. Cobalt is also a very important material for making electric vehicles, making electric cars, and also making electric smartphones and electric computers. That's why understanding cobalt mining and sustainable development is crucial for future generations.
Now, we're on our way of visiting a special guest that we'll be interviewing today.
So luckily, I was able to talk with a mining specialist, and he will be taking me through and introduce me the entire process of cobalt mining. So let's get right into it.
This is the wisdom.
So, the person who I'm currently interviewing is a construction department manager who takes control of over 700 miners in a local mining company. He introduced me the entire process of cobalt mining from the start to the end. We also had some deep conversations about the difficulties of the working environment for the miners, especially during the rainy season where every construction site has to stop, and the environmental destruction with the company's corresponding solutions. Next, we took a long car ride to visit the production line of the company.
Production line of this cobalt mining factory, where workers are now extracting cobalt and pepper outside of the rocks. And now we're exposing this very strong chemical smell, which we're supposed to be on masks. And this very strong acid chemical smells is very detrimental for the environment and for the workers. So this final product of bronze. And those bronze pieces are mixed up of 99.99% of pure bronze chemicals. So this is the final product, what the final product of bronze looks like after the workers extracted bronze chemicals from the rocks of the mining construction site. And those bronze pieces will be exported and travel across different countries in the world, especially to countries like China and USA, and they will be used for specific mechanical uses. You see on my hand is some sample of pure copper, which is those pure copper. There are 99.98% of pure copper. And behind me is 100 tons of copper being produced right now here in the production line of this factory. So as we can see that here under those sheets of copper, now the company is trying to separate the copper from the other unuseful chemicals like rocks and other types of metals. So what the company does is that they will insert high electricity current into those fluids right there. And the copper will be quickly separated from other metal in this high electricity current dilution within 5 to 6 days. After 5 to 6 days, the machine will start moving, and then they will collect a batch of copper metal, as we can see right here. Then the workers were gonna use some high water gun to wash and clean the copper pieces. Then those copper pieces are then gonna be ready to be exported to other international companies, ready to use. As we can see, here are tons of copper products right over there under that stage. This is basically how copper was being extracted in this production line. We are now on the way to the mining construction site. Now, this is by far the largest mining construction site here in DRCongo. I cannot use my words to express how impressive how large this construction site is. So in fact, as you can see on my hand, those are some examples of copper we just found on the floor right here. You see those blue pieces? So if we take a closer look, like right here for example, those ground that's covered in blue, there are copper mines. Because when copper was first extracted from the ground, it displays as color blue. But then after 3 to 4 months, after air goes through the copper, it starts to turn color to like darkish red or brown color. So that's a normal copper that we see nowadays. And if we went to take a closer look over there, it's not really visible to see, but cobalt is being displayed as usually black or blue color. And those are usually tiny pieces of, they're being mixed into tiny pieces of dust. So it's very difficult to see with our naked eyes. So it's not very visible. And the water we see right here are those just underground water. And now is right now in 3 p.m. in the afternoon. There are still tons of machines like excavators, trucks, working down there, gathering out rocks with minerals and being shipped to the factory line. In fact, what mostly impresses me the most is that this construction site is not even the largest here in DRCongo. The largest one, mining construction site, is actually in around 10 kilometers away from here in Lubumbashi. That's located in Kolwezi in DRCongo. And it's about 10 times the amount of large than to this construction site that we're currently seeing right now. So, Congo and Africa, a place for mining. Pretty impressive.